Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Welcome to tonight's stream. After about almost like 3 weeks off, I think, we're back racing in the PESCC series in Canada, which is awesome. A couple of updates. Since I last streamed, I have changed my wheelbase. I've got a Simu Cube 2 Pro, as this will be the first official race I will do in it tonight, but doing a lot of practice in it, and also switched over to an Asher racing wheel. So it's been pretty fun getting used to the new gear, and yeah, quite like it. It's a little bit smaller diameter steering wheel to the Fanatec BMW wheel that I had, but enjoying it all the same. So what's the status? We have 4 minutes, then we'll be in the driver's briefing. I got to tell you, I have found this track to be an enormous struggle bus since I started practicing about 10 days ago. On my good days, I'm running in the mid to high 15s, but to be honest, over the last 2 or 3 nights, I've really struggled to break 16 seconds, so it's been just pain, to be honest, as I have been warming up for this one. But you know what? We'll just try and keep it safe. We'll just try and have a solid quali. We know we'll be towards the back. The fast guys are running in the high 14s. So for whatever reason, this is a track that is just one that I just can't gel with. Just honestly find it pretty tough. And the frustrating thing is I was actually running okay at the weekend when I was running laps in the mid to high 15s, but I just haven't been able to replicate that since jumping back in from Monday onwards this week. So it is what it is. Super excited about the race as always. Always good just to see these guys in action. And yeah, we'll just do our best to stay out of trouble, keep it tight, and then see what comes our way. And maybe as we get into the race, the pace will come a little bit. But I don't have super high hopes because, yes, as I said, practice has been hard. I'm just going to pop to the washroom, and then it'll be driver's briefing when I'm back. All right, driver's meeting in a couple of minutes, so we're not obviously going to go back out. We may get a couple of minutes of extra quali sims before quali starts, but as I said, this is really a night just to try and be as consistent as I can be. Not going to be any fireworks tonight, and yeah, don't know what it is. Don't know if it's anything to do with driving a real-life GT3 car. Probably not, but just seem to find the car sliding around a lot, especially struggle with Sector 1 in terms of hooking up that sequence of corners, super challenging. But yeah, I guess we just have tracks like that, just is what it is. Alright, I'm just going to jump into the driver's briefing room. Okay, we should be muted, so we'll be underway in a few minutes here. Also want to say a big congratulations to Arth Jan for standing in whilst I was away. Second race, he had a P11, so a fantastic result for the team. So congrats, Arthur. Not sure I'll be threatening that position tonight, but let's aim for a points finish. That's the target for today.
Oh shit.
Welcome everybody to round 5 of the Porsche Esports Canada Race Series. Appreciate everyone being here and able to race at this beautiful Circuit of the Americas racetrack. We'll be brief on the briefing here. Get you guys out on track as soon as possible. Just some notes. Fantastic race again last time out. Saw some really great racing and excited to see what you guys can do here. A couple things about the track. Obviously, turn one entry very, very wide. Lots of opportunity or lots of temptation for making a send on the inside. Remember that there are going to be other cars to your right if you do decide to send it down around the outside. And if you are a car on the outside, you're probably in a bad spot and are likely to end up without any racetrack on your left in order to continue forward. Same thing through the S's. Those anti-cut curbs, as I'm sure people have probably figured out through testing, are pretty deadly. So obviously, if you're running too wide through there, you're probably going to have a little bit of difficulty. It's a really high risk pass. So use at your own risk. As you all know, we're now past the halfway point of the series. Just a little bit of a status update. In PESCC, we've got less than 50 points. So less than one round worth of points separating P4 from P15. And in PEC, we've got less than 70 points separating P5 from P16. So lots of points still on offer, lots of positions still to move around. It's still important that you approach each and every one of these races with your best possible results, and each and every point that you end up getting for yourself is one that benefits your Porsche Centre as well. Couple things I'll note also about the track. We're keeping our eyes on impeding. It's easy to do here, especially around the more twisty sections of the track. Try to save opportunities for letting faster cars go in more clear-cut areas of the track, such as down the back straight or down the front straight. And also, as I'm sure everyone is aware, 1Xs are very easy to rack up. So do your best to try to use them strategically, or just don't use them at all. So just keep that in mind as you're running around, that even those 4Xs that you get, if you get any from colliding with other drivers, will go to that 17 or 22 incident point total, and that'll just reduce the amount of wiggle room you have for the duration of the race. With that, unless anyone has any questions in particular, going once, going twice, sold. All right.
Let me jump in quick, Adam. Just one more thing as well. Make sure everyone knows the start zone. This is going to be another one of the longer waits that you guys have until the actual starting area. Again, similar to Fuji, I just referenced what they do in WEC. This is pretty much the same start zone they have. For pole sitter, obviously the reference is the light bar that you see in the image if you look at the briefing on the right hand side. So you should be able to see that pretty cleanly if you're even if you're on the left side of the track. So yeah, besides that, like Adam said, be careful with impeding, and be careful as well with cars stopping near the apex at the end of these long straightaways. We saw that be a problem at Road America, and COTA is another one of those tracks where there's a long straight and then either a tight 90-degree or 180-degree hairpin. So if you're a slow car out there on an out lap or a prep lap or whatever you're doing, if you're not at speed, just make sure that you, while you're letting cars by, leave enough space so that they can not only get to the apex, but so they can see it. Because we're also looking at, if the car stops and makes it so a driver can't see their reference points, that could just as well be tagged for impeding. So
Yeah, just to tag on to what Randy said there, if you're letting a car go, do it well before the braking zone. That way you're not putting yourself in a position where you creep up on the corner itself and then put yourself in the car that's approaching in a bad spot. So just keep your head on a swivel, use your relative, look well behind you on that relative display, and everyone should work out okay. So with that, unless anyone has anything else, again, going once, going twice, sold. Everyone is released to be back in practice. We'll be going live here to advance the PESCC qualifying session in about 10 minutes. Good luck, drivers.
All right, well, we will jump out. We'll do a couple more laps. Not sure we're going to find too much, but we'll just get a little bit of track experience. Had plenty, just not fast experience. But there we go.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left. You got a slow car on the left.
So last time out, one of the things I'm going to have to be a little careful of is we actually got a 5-point penalty for a jump start. So not be rushing today or getting distracted by the green flag in our racing. One of the struggles I've got at the moment is I'm probably a bit too heavy on the brakes. Maybe just give myself a bit more time. And as they said in the driver's briefing, the one-axis here are absolutely deadly. So just try best as I can to keep that clean. Just struggling to figure out the end of that sector there. It's all over the place. Struggle. .7. Yeah, so thoughts of the race. I think, as I said when I just came online, just try and keep it steady, the sense of the pace. Those at the back of the field, just stay out of trouble. Kind of see what comes to us. Struggling quite a bit with that corner at the moment. Brake a little earlier for that last corner.
16.6. You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Let's see if we get around for one more. Well, I would love to get a 2:15 for quali. It's crazy when I was running a 2:15.6 on Saturday with race fuel, but pace is not there. It hasn't been really since Monday. So we'll just work with what we've got. Too slow in there. Not sure what I'm doing. Alright, so that's the checkered.
About 1 lap of fuel left.
We'll be heading to quali right now. Alright, so just as we did last time I was out, I will not be racing out for quali. You know, there's a lot of faster guys who will jump out first, so I will hang out till a little bit later. No need to get caught up with these guys. That looks about right. Just looking for some free air, try and keep it on the track. See if we can hook one up that feels half decent.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Just gonna go right into it. Just try and get a feel for things. Off track, unexpected. Try not to take too much life out of the towers now. Have a reasonable gap to the car behind, so we'll just sort of stay on it. Don't want to get in the business of letting people by at this stage. Alright, well let's actually try for a lap now. Not get a 1x, hopefully. Got it in a place I don't normally get. Ideal. Bit of a shifter issue there. So obviously I lost a tenth or two on the missed gear shift. Don't know if that was me. Most likely just getting used to these pedals, a little bit different to the Fanatec BMW ones. I missed my braking point on that corner. That is brutal. No, we will have to let people through here.
Car on your left. Clear.
So, 2 laps attempted, 2 fails. Got a bit of gap here, so here we go again. Alright, so 90 people said a lap. Better get on it this lap.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Well, didn't feel super fast, but no 1Xs. I'll take that. Obviously, we really just need to get a lap in the 16s on the board. That's the target here. Little deep, sadly. Couldn't get the car turned on the brakes. Bail out of that, unfortunately.
Left side, clear.
We'll get a lap on the board.
16.4.
It's not fast, but it's on the board.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
We're going to pit and go for one more run. We're also going to get out of people's way here.
Right side, clear.
A little bit of gap now. Crikey. All over the curb, even on a in-lap.
Don't forget to pit for more fuel.
And pit we will.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
All right, so we're going to jump out. We're going to reset the car. And we're going to go for one more.
All clear.
Trick now is going to be to find a gap.
Car on your left. Clear.
Alright, so we have a little gap now.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
This will be our last set of laps. Just adjusted the brake balance a little bit. I'm just not sure where the right balance is. I'm playing around with it. Just giving it a minus 0.25, see if that gives us anything. Tires are cold, brakes cold. So yeah, I mean honestly, this has been about my pace, sadly, for the last couple of nights. Just do not seem to be able to find the almost 8/10 I had on Sunday. Just not driving the same way, I guess. Also could have been slightly different track conditions in the simulated session I had. Certainly tried to have it in race setup, but maybe something was a little different. There's quite a few positions to be had if I could just find a couple of tenths. Again, deep into T1. 2 tenths vanished already. No, no speed. No speed at all. Brutal. Don't feel like the brake balance has helped me there, so go back to kind of the neutral position. We get another couple of laps in based on the time.
At 16.7.
Mystery of the vanishing pace. Well, at least we've got the nose in for T1. Take it. Yeah, we're not finding it. Not finding it at all. Oh, just when we needed to get into the lap. Did not get one.
.4. You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Well, it's not the worst lap, but just no bays. Session is over, so I'm guessing I'll get to finish this lap. So try and make it count here. Could not get on the power, killing me.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
We made a place. My word, that was horrendous. Battling to get a 16.3. I got on quali fuel. Oh well, not my best. Not my best. But you know what? We're in the race. There's probably going to be some action in front of us. Let's just try and keep it steady. Do my best to look after the tyres, which is not something I'm particularly known for. And I guess the good thing is now, once we come into the pits, we can actually just do some more laps whilst the Carrera Cup crew are doing quali. Just get used to race fuel again. But yeah, just real struggle bus. Definitely going to have to do some work before the next race, just to understand what I was losing, really. What I was losing. Don't know. Just has never really felt good other than Saturday night, and I'm just going to guess maybe the conditions are at play there. Bit of an ego boost, perhaps. All right, so results. You know, it's P18. Weirdly, I'll take it because I have just struggled. But look at the difference. So, you know, the guys that are driving this track properly, 214s. And a 214.2 is just, I can't even wrap my head around that. Look at that consistency from Logan. 14.252 and a 14.240 in quali. Oh, same for Etienne, actually. You can just see how good these guys are with the closeness in lap times between sessions. Super impressive. Gotta love that. Great work, Mobin. I've really been impressed with Mobin's pace. Always been a great driver, but he's really pushing on in this series now. So that's a great quali for him. So congrats, 14.8. Super lap. And yeah, we're way down there at the back. I don't know. I mean, even if I'd hit my lap time from Sunday, actually, I mean, it would have only put us a few laps up. There just seems to be a big gap here between those that have a really good understanding of the track and how to drive it, and those that don't. And I'm kind of mid-pack of those that don't, you know, starting with Thomas, 2:15.6. I would have been over the moon with that. But you can see there's a 5/10 gap there to Christian in front of him, and I think that just goes to show there is a way to drive this track effectively, and perhaps those of us in this back bunch just kind of struggling there. So just looking at the race start, so we got Brody Goebel at the back. His practice time is a 2:14.7, so if he is gridding last, we're going to have to keep an eye on him coming through. And then honestly, it's just going to be about, you know, seeing how our pace is. Most likely going to be very similar to those around us. So we'll just try and keep it steady. But I don't know what it is. This track, I have to say, and Road Atlanta were the two that I was least looking forward to in terms of my talent being a problem. You know, I feel a lot of the other tracks we race at, with enough practice, I can, you know, get at least within a second of the top guys, maybe better, on tracks that I know well. But yeah, this has just been a struggle. I still can't work it out from Sunday at 2:15.6 race fuel, and you know I'm almost pretty much 8/10 off that time tonight on quali fuel. But there we go. What can you do? What can you do? Right, we're gonna make sure the race set is on, and yeah, we're gonna go out for a warm up because I could do with all of the laps I can get tonight. I have not been checking the chat. Oh, Arthur, giving me good advice there, buddy. I should have been watching the chat. I had Discord up instead. I got some broadcast there. Well, I'll take that. I wonder what they were broadcasting exactly. Well, you know what? I guess they got to show the full field on the broadcast, so if they occasionally come back to us at the back, we'll take it while we can. Yeah, 5 positions on the start. Yeah, I'll take that, Arthur, but I won't be dive bombing. I will be just trying to make sure I don't get taken out here tonight. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Arthur. That is good. So plus half a second from T12 to T18. That's interesting. So a lot of the time lost was towards the back end of the lap. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the temperatures I've just struggled to adapt. I do often find that when I am running in a warmer track temp, which is often the case on race day, I struggle to adapt to those conditions. So something I just haven't fully cracked. It's the same for everyone, so it's certainly got nothing to do with the game. All right, let's head back out. Good luck to all of the Carrera Cup drivers. And spending a little bit of time with Greg this week. Even his coaching couldn't get me where I needed to be, but it was just always a great time watching him throw cars around these tracks. Just so on it. I think Greg is off the back of quite a few P3s now, so hopefully he can keep that streak going. Maybe go 1 or 2 better tonight, although competition at the front is crazy. Both their series, just some unbelievable drivers.
Car 09, just set the fastest lap, 17.3.
Alright, so really in this warm-up we are just going to spend the next 15 minutes just lapping with full fuel. Just trying to figure out how to just at least get consistent. If I can run in the 16s consistently, then that will just keep us on pace for those around me.
Car 946, just set the fastest lap, 16.4.
Now, it is true, this back section does feel super slow compared to what I was doing, the weekend, but I'm just guessing it's the conditions, really, and I'm just struggling to get the car to do what I want in these warm attempts, just sliding around a lot on me. Yeah, thanks, Arthur. That's a good point. Well, definitely hit T1 apex. Probably not ideal. Careful with my upshift. I don't know whether just to be missing it from time to time with this new setup. One thing I did change from Saturday night was I was approaching the hairpins a bit more directly on Saturday night, and I've been trying to brake a bit more in a straight line on this straight, but I don't know, just probably just a lot of little things.
Just set the fastest lap, 14.8.
Oh dear. That's my braking point there, just like I did in quali. Interesting. That corner especially, I did not have too much fear of it over the weekend, but I really feel like I get in so deep there now. Oof. Oh god, you can take a lot more of that curve than I've been doing.
Even.
Too fast on entry, yeah, that. Thank you, Arthur. That, yeah. Yeah, maybe just overdriving. Okay, well, let's see if we can brake it a little earlier. Lose that.
.5. Just set your fastest lap of the session.
Oof. Yeah, that was... Well, just going to try and roll with a little bit of consistency. Do what we can here. Real careful of the tyres in the race. Can't cut it that much. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like I'm driving the car properly tonight. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. Just pushing it in all the wrong places. Trying to get it to do things that it's not good at doing. Look at that. It was 2 tenths down at T1 there. Didn't even feel that bad. Drive there.
Car 911. Just set the fastest lap. 14.4.
Yeah, God, just struggle, struggle, struggle. So I think Arthur's got a point, definitely. I think probably going a bit deep into some of these corners, so we'll try and adjust that. Yeah, just all around consistency is not there.
18.4.
Yeah. It did, Arthur. I tell you, it felt a lot easier to drive than cars in the sim. Guess I need to find a opportunity to drive Cayman GT4 in real life. Yeah, 4 tenths down. I don't even know where that is. Crazy. Yeah, I was trying to brake a bit earlier there, but maybe too hard. To the apex too early. Alright, how long do we have left? Well, it won't be 47 minutes, but it's probably another 5 or so. Where am I here?
Even.
Oh, thank you, Arthur. So we have a bit more time for this struggle bus. Look at that, get those in. So struggling a bit tonight. Taking me so long to get on the power coming out of that. I can feel the time slipping away. Brutal. That is an example where I am just at the apex too early. I find that corner so difficult to hook up.
.2.
Yeah, Arthur, you could be right. I might just have adjusted my way of braking in here. Just being on the pedal too hard. Definitely think you have a point there. can be a bit more successful in the race with that. Oh, a bit of curb. Got Thomas behind the straight here. We've got a bit longer. Yeah, we're probably gonna box this lap just so I can do another fresh one where the tyres are fresh but the car's a little heavier. Maybe I'm just working the fronts too hard. I think Arthur might be onto something there. Not sure if I am, I'm not sure why. Maybe just developed a bad habit this week.
Boxing 10.
Right, so we probably haven't got much time here, but we might just jump out, see what we can do. No action on Discord, so we should be good. Will we put fresh boots on? Don't know. Let's just check. Got a new car ready for us. There we go. Now let's go. There's the nose, not in. Huge washout of that corner, which I'm having a lot of. We're gonna see if we can just be a bit kinder to the brake pedal. It's definitely been a problem I've had in the past. Maybe I've just slipped back into the habit, being out the sim for a couple of weeks. Siemens in quality, thanks Arthur. Oh, cheeky off track. Well, Tristan, that is in front of us on track, will be in front of us on the grid.
Car stop on the left.
Be a slightly better section through there. So we'll put this lap down, up to the washroom, get ready for the race.
.2. New fast flat for you.
All right, we'll be back. All right, where are we at? 3 minutes in quali, so probably we are pretty much ready for the session to be advanced now. Well, let's see how tonight goes. We won't be quick, but let's see if we can at least get a little bit of consistency, settle into some decent pace, see if we can make a couple of positions. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, and I like Arthur's point. I think perhaps I've got out of rhythm at the track. I've started to brake later. Temperatures are warmer, track's hotter, and it's probably just really kind of throwing me off. So we'll definitely do as Arthur suggests, maybe back it off a little bit. And to be honest, just try and be steady around the cars that are with us. Just try not to overdrive it and just see, see what comes. Still an absolute pleasure to be racing in the series, though. Always knew when I qualied that I would be towards the back on pace, and just it's a privilege to race with these guys so quick. I'm assuming most of the best drivers, or GT drivers anyway, in Canada are in this series, so it's pretty cool just to be on the grid with these guys. And they certainly make it look easy. .216.2. Man, oh man. At least it was faster than my quali lap by a tenth. Hey Arthur, how's things?
Hey. Something happened to the Twitch stream.
Oh no, nightmare.
Tough day at the office. Well, not as tough as my Road America yet, but
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I had to. I mean, I knew the track, but I never properly driven it, so I knew this was always going to be a bit of a tough ask, especially with a couple of weeks out and being away. But it is. I struggle with the progression. You know, a lot of tracks I feel like I'm building, and to be honest, from Friday to Saturday, it did feel like it was on a good build. Since then, it. I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe I'm just pushing too hard. As you said, I think the braking points are a really good, probably a good indicator of that. But I just struggle with the rhythm.
Yeah, it's honestly, I really don't like this track myself. I don't like these wide open tracks with hard to use braking and turn in markers. Yeah,
I mean, it's technical. What I was looking at the quali results, and you can kind of see there's like there's a half-second gap between the top bunch and then the latter third, let's say, or quarter, and it's almost if like that the front 2/3 of the grid just understand how to drive the track properly, basically, and then they are even, you know, then there's space based on their pace, and then there's a bunch of us towards the back that have really just not kind of got over that hump, and it's just a fight, and that's totally how it feels to me.
Yeah, I think it's a hard track to learn, but maybe it's also a track that really brings out the talent levels.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Because there's so much going on. For last year when I was racing, we had Adrian Paluk, who's quite fast, as actually our reserve driver.
Okay.
And he was generating Garage 61 data for us for every round, which is great. But
yeah,
I'd look at what I'm doing and looking at what he's doing, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and just can't do it. Like brake traces were like glass smooth, riding the edge down, and but it was kind of impressive to see too. You have that data compared to the top drivers and just see how talented they are. Yeah.
Oh, I had a coaching session with Greg on Monday, and usually in this car I'm about 0.5 behind him. Now that's because he, you know, is driving the cup car more, so he can always go a little faster than that, but I'm not usually too bad. And he set a 14.7 on race fuel, you know, like the top guys do in this class today. And as you said, I've looked at his trace, it's just I lose time on every corner. It's the only way to describe it. And I tried to make some adjustments to driving style, and I don't know, I just have never really been able to crack it. It's and I think you're right. I think on Saturday I was supposedly in the same conditions, but they were probably slightly more beneficial, so maybe I could just be a bit more aggressive and get away with it. But when the temperatures are higher, it really exposes my driving, I think.
Yeah, according to Garage 61, it was 6 degrees cooler, which is quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah.
So, so that plus, you're probably trying to drive it the same way, or trying to find time in the braking zones.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's these GT4 cars, I find they need to be driven kind of in a particular way, and it's not intuitively the fast way sometimes.
No, I think they need to be settled really, and I feel like when I was doing all the quali for the series, I got on top of that because obviously I was just doing the hundreds of laps, and I don't know, being away from the sim for a little bit, I think I just have lost a little bit of that rhythm, and then add to that a track that I haven't driven competitively on before. I think those two combos make it tough. Where are we next week, actually?
It's Spa next.
Oh God.
Tracks are Spa. This last track there's Spa, Road,
Atlanta,
I think, and Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah. Spa was my worst. Was my worst quali performance. I mean, I had 0.6 to my optimal, whereas the other two tracks I'd got kind of within 0.1, 0.2, but I could never hook that full lap up. So, I mean, I know that track well, obviously from quali. So we'll see how that goes. Road Atlanta, I have struggled around that track in GT3s a lot, so that's going to take some work. But at least there's a gap between... there should be a gap between Spa and Road Atlanta, I'm assuming.
It's like... there's 2 consecutive races, and then they always seem to have a 2-week break, and then 2 races.
Yeah, so that is good, because I will need that time just to try and find it. I'm hoping it doesn't feel like tonight, where I really just struggle to get over the line. But, I mean, Spa will be fun. I just what I found really hard was hooking up every corner for an entire lap or not losing too much time was what killed me on quali. I could be up every lap I did, but I could never sustain it, or I'd give it up on the last corner. Like, it was maddening, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really enjoy the qualifying process for this competition because
it's hard.
I think I'm not terribly good on time attack, but also just the grind.
It's a grind, yeah.
Yeah, the elation of being up a tenth and a half and then losing it all in the last corner.
That's it. That's exactly it. But congrats on your last race out, P11, right? That's a great result.
Yeah, definitely. I got took advantage of some chaos in front of me. In fact, that's the only passes I had was from other people's incidents.
Look, you got to stay alive. I mean, if you keep good pace and you're there at the end, that's that's all part of it.
Yeah, so I was pretty pleased. I had enough pace to not get past, so that was basically my main goal, is just to not get past as much as possible. A reminder to watch out for Brody Goebel.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that. I assume he just 1x'd his way out of quali, or maybe crashed it, I guess.
He earned a qualifying ban because he reached 20.
Oh, yes, sorry, you mentioned that the other day. Thank you. Yes, I'd forgotten about that.
Yep, so that should be exciting.
Yeah, and for the start, I'm not going to look to take any chances. Like, if you can let me know when the leader goes, that'll be good. But I think I just want to try and settle to those around me, and just, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to build my pace as we get going if I'm just sensible on the brakes. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of your driving, is that you're pretty conservative and safe, and you're always moving forwards. Like, you move forward in every race. The only thing that spoiled it in Fuji was falling victim to the green flag.
I know. Well, I mean, that was just my bad. I mean, I thought I knew the rules, but when that green flag popped up, it was just like a reaction to it. So that was totally fair. I got lucky because a whole bunch of people got tagged with that. So,
A lot of people did that last year as well, but last year the grids were 40 cars, so you can imagine.
Oh, my word. Yeah, because there was just the cup cars last year.
Yeah, everybody was in the cup cars, so they decided to split it, which makes sense, I think, because with a 40-car grid, it kind of became, if you're not in the top, well, it's like this, if you're not in the top 20, you get 0 broadcast time, and it's like you're not even there. So
that's fair. That's fair. No, I like this format. I enjoy the fixed setup. I just don't have enough time to have that on my plate as well, and I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, this has been a good experience this year because I'm learning a lot, being on a grid with, some super fast drivers is awesome, but also, you tend to learn more in those situations. And I just hadn't driven much GT4, so that is probably a car post this series. I'll just start running in officials a bit more, I think. I mean, I do kind of miss GT3. I don't know. I don't know which I'm faster in when I have a track and car combination I like, but I don't mind these cars.
Yeah, they're pretty competitive, and I like that there's many different ones now.
Yeah.
You're not racing just 4, 5 GT4s. I can't remember how many now.
Yeah, it's true. There's a few, isn't there? Yeah, it's good.
Right. Yeah, and the official series, the LMP3s added to it, adds a little bit of spice too.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the broadcast is absolutely toast, so I'm going to go back out and run some laps because I don't really know what they're doing.
I just went to wait, so I think they're advancing.
Yeah. Well, it's up? Okay, good. Alright, let's get this thing underway.
One lap to green. Line up on the right side. The estimated SOF is 3,000.
Oh, yeah.
59.
All good.
Pit road is closed right now. A lot of opportunities today. Head down. Pick your battle.
Just drive your pace.
Yeah, that is good advice. Thank you, Arthur, and I appreciate you sticking around for the start.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
So some new sound there for my racing.
Waiting
Tells
on
you
the
how
final car to grid.
many cars are waiting to grid.
Everyone's
That is good to know. Quite like that information. So yes, plan, try and just get steady into the race here. We know our pace is not where it needs to be, so try not to overdrive. Kind of feel it out as we get in. Try to be a little kinder on the brakes, preserve the tires, and just see what happens.
About to go green. Stay focused. The pace car is off. Be ready.
Just coming out of the front corner.
Green, green, green.
So in 3, 2, 1, start zone. Holding. Go, 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 go.
Thanks, Alpha.
Car on your left. Still there. Clear on the left. You got a slow car on the left. Left side. You're on the right. 3 wide. Car on your left. 2 wide. Go right. Stay on the right. Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
Just trying to keep it steady through here.
There's an incident ahead.
Steady as she goes. Little wide there. Balance the throttle.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left. Right side. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
Did not want to dive bomb that, just whilst the tyres are cold, so I took it careful there. Did have a good run there, so good to know for next lap. My weakest section of track, that looks like I'm going to be giving away time there. Horrendous hairpin. Lucky not to get a slow down there. And we're going to have to fight our way back up. I was on the brakes and stopped much earlier than I expected. Dubious last corner. Losing some time here. So we're getting to a little bit of rhythm now. Almost braking too early.
20 minutes to go.
Okay, well, it's a better sector one than we've had for a little while. Thanks, Arthur. Have a good night.
16.5. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Careful with these off tracks, starting to get a few already. Still not feeling particularly comfortable into the hairpins, which is a pain. Trying to get back behind Lyndon here. Again there, could not get the car turned.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap, 14.4.
The greatest lap, that one.
16.1. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Just struggling to get back behind Linda now. He's put a nice lap together here. Rather bad. It's funny, you know, you'd think hairpins would be the one spot I should be able to brake consistently, but I'm either getting into them a touch deep at the moment, or like that corner, I'm at the apex. I'm not even ready for it.
Car on your left. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left.
Bit of a roadblock here for Nicky, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Nicky's probably going to get a run at some point. Definitely faster than us here. Try and work the angles.
Left side. Clear.
Trying to be respectful, of course. Don't want to be cutting anyone off. We're not going to give it away. That will not have helped my cause there. Fortunately, the car won't have suffered any damage. That's one thing I did have practice of. And this weekend was hitting those curves by accident. Yeah, I was hoping we had to keep pace with Lyndon. Got into the 15s though, which, as we know from practice, has been a struggle for me to get near that. Track is cool in there, so if we can find a little bit more pace here. Look at the difference in the hairpin there.
Car right. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right, right side. Stay on the left. Clear on the right. The leader is running 14.7.
It's impressive. Yeah, just I have been the whole time a real struggle. Obviously that was a poor lap because a lot of defending. Just really want to find a bit of rhythm here. Well, he's found a touch more consistency this lap.
It's going well. Keep at it.
Just gonna try and keep at it, as our spotter says. Still not hooking that corner up. Frustrating. Yeah, was coming a mile off that 1X.
16 even. Just set your fastest lap of the session.
We'll take it.
Even.
Wow. Consistency. Favorite sausage curb again. Terrible corner.
Five minutes to go.
Yeah, pull out that one. Feel great. Nicky just starting to catch us again now. I'll have to do a great couple of laps here. Trying to give it a bit much out of that corner. Just trying to stay consistent now. Best I can. Cheeky 1X.
16.2. You've got about 5 laps of fuel.
There's that rogue missed up shift again. It's going to put a bit of pressure on now.
You just got the white flag. That means one more lap to go.
Well, that missed up shift and some sloppy laps have created some pressure for us on the white flag lap, so head down now. Focus on those exits. A little wide. Oh, Nicky will get the slipstream here. Just hopefully try and have a good braking zone into this hairpin. That will do. Not unhappy with that. Not unhappy with that.
Testing. We'll get them next time.
Oof. Well, what did we do? I think we maybe made one place, which, given our pace tonight.
Good job, everybody. That was really clean. Really good to watch. A lot of good fight.
Yeah, we will definitely take that after what has been a struggle bus all week.
See you all next week. Bye.
I know, man. I basically need to get a running Spa, maybe even tonight. I won't be doing it tonight, but that was my weakest track on the pre-event quali. Could not hook up a full lap. Well, so that requires some work. But you know what? At one point, we were under threat from Nicky. We were able to keep it together. So happy with that. At the end of the day, when you're not fast, a safe race. Still going forward. I was really hoping I might be able to stick with Lyndon early on, but nah, just that was my pace really. Low 16s at best, and that yeah, that was where we're at. So we'll just take it, and we will move on to Spa in a week's time. I think I need to relearn how to drive this car though, because definitely not making the most of it at the moment. So, Mr. Hoverson, expect a call so he can teach me what I'm doing wrong again. This corner in particular was a nightmare all night. But we made it round. We didn't get too many off tracks. We didn't get past. Well, I have to say, in my book, that is a pretty successful evening. So we'll have that. And what are we in? P17. My hope is that that is points.
Okay,
that is what I would love.
Bring it on in. Pit boxing. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Alrighty, I'm just going to sign off tonight. There wasn't too much to look at, I don't think, from the race. It's pretty solid. But I need to go look after the kids, give my wife a hand. She has an MBA session tonight, so it's a bit of a busy one for us. But thank you again for tuning in. You know what? Not unhappy with that result. Probably wasn't the most exciting race. Excited to see how the front guys got on. Good luck to Greg and the others that are in the cup race. I'm going to try and catch as much of that as I can. But we are back in a week for Spa. And if you're kind of following Instagram in general and some of the other stuff we've been posting on YouTube, my words, but I think there's a pretty cool video on the 488 Challenge Evo that I drove for real down in Vegas a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to go and check that out, it's going to be kind of at the top of the page on S1 Races. And then we also got a AWE exhaust fitted to the RS6. So I have footage on that, don't have a video yet, but you can expect me to basically drip feed some of the stuff out of Instagram, and I'm going to work on the edit probably over the next week or so, and hopefully that'll be kind of a nice comparison to anyone who is either interested in an AWE exhaust to get a sense of the before and after, or just loves a great sounding V8 engine. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in a week.